YouTube, what's up? It's your boy Crypto J coming at you with some Toshi. We're going to talk about it today. As you guys can see, some wild price action going on. Toshi coin coming in at 250 million. And I got to tell you guys, I'm not a financial advisor. It's not financial advice. Just tell me Crypto J. We're just talking about crypto, so don't buy none of this, okay? Let's check out CoinMarketCap also because you guys see Bitcoin on an absolute tear right now, starting to assert a little bit of dominance. You guys can see Bitcoin coming in at 16.8 right now, right? In the past 24 hours, this thing's up about 1%. As you can see, Bitcoin starting to assert a little bit of dominance. Fear index coming in at 50. Our altcoin season chart ticking all the way up to 71. Are we getting there, boys? Are we getting there? We've been talking about, some of the price action happened last week. I told you why last week's price action was different than prior weeks, right? We talked about the day of the week that the price is pumping out. I was saying it really felt good that we had that fake out early in the week and then had a good pump later in the week. It's been a while since we've had something like that. We had a bullish Thursday that was good into the weekend. So again, we're not out of the woods, but that was some nice price action. I'm wondering if like what's happening this week though, right? It's Tuesday. We're starting to break a little bit up. Got to be careful here that we don't see rejection, guys. If we see rejection out of this zone here, which can still come, right? We've still broken the uptrend here, right? This is rising wedge broke down. Now we're creating possibly what could be a shoulder head shoulder here if Bitcoin wants to break down, but again, there are other things that are pointing to the fact that might not break down. I mean, this could be a bull flag right here. This thing can have some significant upside, guys. We can rip up, see a new all-time high on Bitcoin happen very soon, to be honest with you. Anything can happen, but if that happens, what's going to happen, right? Is Bitcoin going to increase in dominance, start seeing some of these other coins start to sell off a little bit, or will the boats rise? That is the question, right? And again, I'm not a forced seller. I don't know what the heck is going to happen, but I will say this. This guy is saying something similar kind of to what I've been saying on the channel, and that's the fact that we have not seen a clear blow off top. This guy's thinking that we're going to see a pretty big swing all the way up to like 160. Now that is an extremely high price valuation, but again, we got another bull flag forming here. So in my opinion, there's a chance that he's not too crazy, right? I mean, maybe a little crazy, but maybe not too crazy. Because like we had a bull flag form here, and look at the upside, right? This bull flag that formed here even, right? From 45, we create this bull flag and we shoot all the way up to 671. And then look, we create another bull flag all the way from 55, all the way shoots up all the way to 100, right? So we know that this bull flag has a tendency of having some upside sometimes, right? We see a bull flag form right here. We got all the way up to 19, right? Then this bull flag forms, we shoot all the way up to 36, right? We create another bull flag at 36 and we shoot all the way up to 65. It's a very bullish pattern. We talked about the bull flag plenty of times. So we've seen how that can play even down here, right? We drop down here. Well, I guess this is more like a wedge, not much of a bull flag. This is more of a wedge. This thing has a pretty significant upside too. But again, guys, I want to know what you guys think. You guys think that it's time for Bitcoin to make a turnaround, or do you think that we're going to reject it? Yeah, we need a good solid close. Really, I'd like to see Bitcoin sitting at 18, right? 17.5 is a zone of resistance as well. And, it's not for sure. I mean, we could still shoot up here and reject off the 17.5. Then what do we have, right? A rising wedge. Yikes. We just watch what happens with the rising wedge. You can see it on the 7-day here. This rising wedge, we weren't able to break out of these zones. Then we start consolidating sideways. Tell you guys, this is a lack of demand, right? When you see this sideways motion, sometimes we'll start breaking down if we can't make a decision, right? So that's kind of what happened a little bit here. Create this little double bottom. You can tell the market's just been really, really manipulated, right? But now we shot up and look what we have for me on 7-day. Also, bull flag, right? Interesting. Interesting. Are we going to start seeing Bitcoin breaking up? My opinion, I'd like to see us, honestly, if I could say anything, guys, just throwing this out there, right? I'm not a financial advisor, but I've been looking at these charts for 10 years now. Dang near. Well, about dang near 10 years. I would say that I would like to see us honestly stay in the zone. I don't want to see us go up and have that retest of 17.5 quite yet. I definitely don't want to see that happen on a Tuesday because that's going to be, in my opinion, an indicator that we might see rejection. But if we can see that 17.5 break on us on Thursday, boy, I'm gonna be singing a different song. right? Because Thursday is when we really see the confidence of the market going into the weekend. And again, the markets are closed on the weekend, right? The stock market is closed on the weekend, not the crypto market, but the stock market is closed on the weekend. So if we have a bullish weekend, then that's an indicator that our stock market had a strong close on Friday. Again, usually on Friday, things are already starting to set in. The sentiment's already starting to set in. So really, Thursday is when I always say Thursday is when markets move. I don't care what people say. Maybe I'm wrong on that. You could write it down somewhere and be like, Crypto J said this. I'm going to test his theory. But we've had the rule of Thursdays on this channel now for good 5, 6 years. We've been talking about Thursdays. I'm the only person on YouTube, the only person online that talks about these Thursdays and these days of the week, price action being so important and where we close at and market closes and stuff like that. I'm the only one that talks about this kind of stuff. And again, it's worked for me and sometimes it doesn't. It's just an indicator, a lagging indicator, just like we use a bunch of different indicators on the channel and stuff like that. So again, just take with it a grain of salt, but those are the things that I'm personally paying attention for. I think Toshi could really see a good amount of pump if Bitcoin does decide it wants to run. Again, it's both ways, right? Bitcoin could decide it wants to assert some dominance. We could see some of these coins actually start to see a little bit of sell off, right? Every time Bitcoin sometimes goes on a big, massive run really fast, sometimes the market doesn't follow directly behind, right? The market likes to wait to see that Bitcoin is looking healthy before it starts to move. But if Bitcoin goes on a parabolic run, even though you think that's amazing, but is that healthy? Is parabolic growth healthy, or is it a sign that possibly there needs to be some correction, right? So on those times when Bitcoin sees those minor dips, but it's making good solid correction, that's when we see, some of these altcoins start to run. So again, I just want you guys to be prepared for that. If Bitcoin does decide it wants to run, the market decides to bleed, and you're gonna be like, what the heck, what's going on right now? That's what you call Bitcoin dominance. We've been talking about Bitcoin dominance for a very long time on the channel, guys. A lot of you guys were introduced to Bitcoin dominance by this channel because, again, I talk about BTC dominance almost every single video. So it's one of the most important indicators. Now you got this little altcoin season thing, but that's how we really used to gauge where we were at with altcoin season was by the BTC dominance, right? So it'll be interesting to see where we're at. Again, it's also showing us the top 100 coins that have been performing in the past 90 days, right? Interesting. The past 90 days, these are all of the coins that have been doing pretty well. So interesting to see. Maybe these are some coins that you may want to also check out, right? Some of these are coins that we even talked about. Look, Bonk up 69% in the past 90 days. We've talked about Bonk. I like Bonk. A lot of DeFi projects also talked about that too. I told you guys that first thing that we're going to start seeing move more than likely is DeFi. I told you that. I said that. We talk about Ethereum all the time, right? We talk about Solana a lot on the channel. Look at the coins that are moving. Look at the coins even that I like. I told you guys, I love Chainlink. Chainlink is my favorite coin, up 80%. Why? Utility, right? Ethereum up 80 78%. AVAX, another DeFi. Solana right here. Boom. You got H bar, right? You got ton of stuff. Even BNB, even ADA, right? This cycle's not too far off. Litecoin, not too far off things that we've seen in the past. And then you even have a couple of meme coins. Jocko, look at Flocky, man. Flocky's hanging in there. Bonk's hanging in there. And again, is that indicators that we might see some of these dog coins start to run? Is Flocky and Bonk actually going to be those dog coins that might even be the next Shiba Inu or the next Doge? We've talked about it on the channel. As a matter of fact, I covered Flocky for the first time on the channel, maybe 4 or 5, some of these coins 4 or 5 years ago, guys. Bonk 4 or 5 years ago, Flocky 4 or 5 years ago. I've never gave Doge its own video. Still don't plan to. But with, we've made videos on with. Of course, we made videos on SHIB. Have we made Pepe videos? Come on, guys. A lot of these coins, they're kind of branded, I feel like, and that's why I kind of was clinging to them. But I'll tell you right now, Toshi coin, guys, I still feel like Toshi can be that coin. I feel like Toshi can make this list. I feel like, if we start seeing some of these cat coins start popping up on here, I think Toshi's going to be that cool cat. You know why? Because Toshi's blue. No, I'm just kidding. But for real, I feel like Toshi could be on this list because Toshi has a massive community. They're active, right? Probably the most active meme coin community. Let's be honest, right? Our community is better than Pengu. Come on, man. Pengu is up here is at 258 million, and I've done reviews on Pengu. I might even do another review on Pengu. I want to bash this coin, but this is this contract looks horrible. It's a scam. And I watched these guys take a lot of money the entire trade. And so maybe it's worth seeing the distribution now at this point. I mean, again, those sometimes you'll get in a trade and these whales will just absolutely wreck you for months and months and months. And then the distribution won't be so bad. And then people could actually start buying in. And then, after they already wring your pockets dry. But to me, I still call that stuff out. And just because the distribution's better now, if it is, I still don't trust it because I don't trust projects that launch like that where the distributions is horrible. And that's why I tell you guys all the time, check the contract. More importantly than checking the Twitter, more importantly than checking anything, check the contract, man. See what's going on with that distribution because there's no reason why the top 10 wallets should own 80% of the supply. That's insane. And I think in Pengu, the top 100 wallets were holding 98% of the supply, and there was like 50,000, 500,000 people when I first did this that were holding this coin. So 500,000 people, and 98% of them, or 98% of the supply is being held by the top 100. That's a scam, right? So those guys have been getting wrecked in that trade, but maybe they're buying it. I don't know. I don't know. Toshi coin again could be on this list one day, guys. We're making higher lows here. This could be an indicator that again Toshi wants to run, but it's going to take a community, guys. It's going to take a lot of push power. So again, let us know how much Toshi you're holding in the comment section, as every single comment pushes us out into the algorithm. It gets us more views. It gets Toshi more publicity. So again, go share this over on Twitter. Yeah, like it, comment Toshi. Like I always tell you guys, comment Toshi. The algorithm's always paying attention to what words are used in the comment section. When you guys leave a comment, you'll see a lot of time people are just commenting Toshi. It's again because they want Toshi in the search, right? We want people to be searching Toshi. So again, they are searching Toshi. They're looking for content, but if they find it, it's up to us, guys. So remember, I'm doing my part. Do your part. Make sure that we're supporting all the content, liking all the videos. We're going to keep making more videos. We're going to keep watching this trade again. If Bitcoin decides it wants to take off, this could be a big week for us, guys. Could be a big weekend. Interest rates are supposed to come down. So again, a lot of stuff going on. Now's the time to tap in. Don't get distracted, man. I know this cycle has been very exhausting. Content is sometimes content. I'm trying to be as active as I can, guys. But again, we're getting on it, and now, in my opinion, is the time to be paying attention. These are the rate cuts that we've been waiting for, that we've been promised. I mean, hopefully they don't get delayed. We'll see. But again, guys, make sure you're doing your part. I'm gonna keep doing my part. Also, if you haven't yet checked out Patreon, check out the Patreon, man. Join us over on Patreon. All right, we're growing, getting close to 30 people now on Patreon. Join us over there, and 300 actually. But yeah, make sure you join us, check it out, and I'll catch you guys.